Writing a graduate CV can be pretty daunting. Maybe you're re-entering the workforce after an extended study break. Maybe it's the very first time you've applied for a job. Regardless of your situation, don't stress. Today, I'm going to show you how to structure and write a fantastic CV for your first job after graduation. And if you stick around, I'll also share an easy-to-miss mistake that trips up the majority of first-time job applicants. All right, let's get started. First things first, let's talk structure. Most career advisors will tell you that your CV's layout should look something like this: introduction, work experience, education section, skills, and any additional information you might need for the job. That's the standard CV structure that most applicants will default to, but it's not necessarily the best way to format your CV as a recent graduate. Instead, order your sections in terms of relevance to the job, starting with the stuff that the employer will be most interested in, and then working your way down. Let's say the job is a business analyst graduate scheme and applicants need to have an undergraduate degree. Put your education section near the top of the page so the employer can see that you meet the minimum degree requirements. This will make a huge difference if you studied something that's highly relevant to the job, say business administration or media. On the other hand, if you're applying for a position that requires specific skills or relevant experience, then you should move those sections to the top of the page. Ultimately, for a winning graduate CV, you need to put yourself in the employer's shoes and ask yourself what they would want to know about you. If it's a degree, lead with a degree. If it's specific skills, start by highlighting those skills. Okay, let's talk about writing specific sections. Your personal statement is that little chunk of text at the top of the CV that introduces you to the employer and outlines how you're qualified for the job. At this stage of your career, writing a good personal statement is essential. Because you don't have much experience, your personal statement is your best shot at making a case for why you should be hired, which is also true if you've just retrained and are moving over from another career. Here's a quick formula you can use to create a strong statement that will make a great first impression on employers. First, say who you are and what you're specialized in. Second, list a couple of impressive, relevant achievements or skills. Third, explain why you want the job and what strengths you'll bring to the team. To make the strongest impact on employers, make sure you tailor this section to the specific requirements of the role. Mention any key skills or achievements that will grab the employer's attention and draw them in. Which reminds me, if you got a first in your degree, your personal statement is a really good place to brag about it. List your university degrees like this. Give your university name, start and end dates, degree title, and your degree classification or grade. You can also include your dissertation topic or any specific classes you took that are relevant to the role. It's not a requirement, but it will give your qualifications a little extra flavor. As you're a uni graduate, you can leave your school qualifications like A-levels or GCSEs off your CV. Save space to focus on the qualifications and achievements that are most recent and relevant to the job you're applying for. Now personally, I felt a bit silly writing this part of my CV because I didn't really have much work experience when I had just graduated. What I wish someone had told me is that relevant work experience can be literally anything that is relevant to the job. Internships, voluntary work, freelance work, personal projects, blogs. Make a list of any practical experience you have that use the skills or knowledge that the employer may need, which by the way is all in the job description. Then format each experience like a real job, including the role name, start and end dates, the organization you worked for, or personal project or self-employed, assigned to if you work for yourself, and the location that you worked in. After that, list out 3 to 5 bullet points describing any achievements and responsibilities that may be of interest to the employer. If you want to learn more about how to write bullet points like this, I've actually made a detailed guide that just focuses on writing your work experience section. You can check it out in the description box below. In most cases, your skills section should be a brief list of the specific tools, techniques, and knowledge that qualify you for the job. This is a really good opportunity to highlight any knowledge you picked up through uni classes or personal projects that might not be apparent from your education or work experience sections. For example, you might have learned Excel or statistical analysis from your politics and economics degree, so this is a really good way to make those stand out. You can also include 1 or 2 soft skills like public speaking or negotiation. Just remember that soft skills can look quite vague on their own, so always back them up with specific examples in your personal statement or work experience section. Okay, so I said I would share one of the most common mistakes that I see on graduate CVs, and that's underselling your achievements, Especially early on in your career, it's easy to feel like you don't have the expertise to take on full credit for the work that you've done. And I see that a lot on graduate CVs. People say things like, helped my team lead set up a new booking system. This bullet point minimizes the impact of the applicant's achievement, which can significantly reduce their chances of getting the job they want. It can feel a bit intimidating, but take ownership of your wins by focusing on your contributions. Measure the results of your work where possible to emphasize your value to the hiring team. Used product knowledge and Excel skills to implement a new booking system that reduced scheduling errors by 30%. Apply these tips and you'll be well on your way to creating a graduate CV that grabs the employer's attention and wills them to call you in for an interview. So you can get started now. I've left a link to our CV templates library where you can find a free to download template design that you can use to make your skills and experience stand out on paper. And if you have any more questions about launching your career after uni, feel free to throw me a comment down below and I'll do my best to answer it in a future video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.